and I think they will. I think ultimately they will. They're back at the negotiating table. Look, this is the time of the year where agents make their money in terms of putting their name out there and getting their people to pay attention to them. Oh, look what I did for Trey Hendrickson. Look what I'm doing. Ultimately, these deals all get done. Everybody shows up. Nobody sits out anymore. Hello, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, that's all you got to do. Bring that up again. Hello, Le'Veon Bell. Huh? He's still got paid. And what did his career do? Went right down to 20. I didn't get paid that much because he didn't play much of that contract. So you have to be able to get a deal done. I think the Bengals want a deal done. I think Hendrickson's people want a deal done. But you negotiate.
All right, yo. Good evening. Coming in hot. Live, y'all. We live, and of course,
we live. Hey,
folks coming in. Coming in hot. Just coming in hot. You called it, didn't you? Folks, big and big. Still won't do it. I tell you. Welcome in.
Good evening, everyone.
We are live. We're back with another episode. We Talkin Football. Yeah. And we got everyone here, which is great.
Hi.
Some people like to slide in at the last minute, but that's fine. We're gonna deal with that.
What?
No.
Let me call my uncle. I'm sick of this.
No explanations necessary.
I'm sick of this.
Oh, tell. Be sick.
Uncle
I mean, he already know. Yeah. You know what? He may not be the one you want to call. Yeah. You know what? He may not be the one you want to call. Because he might be a little rougher.
He's not.
But he ain't gonna answer no phone. I mean, how long have you known my father? He was not gonna answer the phone. He's watching you. He might be watching you. He watched stuff on time delay. He don't. I don't think he watched anything live. Everything is delayed. But anyway, it's been.
I gotta get him on the phone.
You can't get him on the phone. I'm telling you. I don't understand. It's my dad. I'm telling you. He ain't answering the phone.
He done told you.
That's part of the problem.
I can tell you the number.
I mean, everybody know the number. It ain't even about the number. The police can be calling. The fire department be standing out there telling the house on fire. He wouldn't answer the phone. And heaven forbid they call him on his cell phone. They call him on his cell phone. You can wrap it up. He might throw that in the trash.
He's gonna call me back. He's gonna call me back.
He ain't gonna call you back. He ain't calling you back.
Yes, he will. He will.
He's got a better chance of leaving a comment about it in the chat than he does in calling you back. At any rate, we hear y'all. And it's been
Uncle, if you're watching, call me back, please.
He's not calling you. First of all, happy Father's Day. We didn't say happy Father's Day last week.
We did. I put it in the text message. I did.
That's a text message to us. I'm talking about to the show, to the audience.
Oh, we live? Oh, okay.
We are live. We've been live.
Let me straighten up my attitude.
Yeah, exactly. That's all out there already.
Uncle, if you watching, call me.
I told you.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Father's Day, Uncle, if you're out there listening, and happy Father's Day to these 3 dudes that's on this panel.
So for that sake, I'm gonna do this. I know I don't normally do it this way, but I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna go first. I don't normally do that, but I'm gonna go first. But I'm gonna say first, I'm happy to have my daughter's back. Is back stateside for good, so that's great. And my wife and son went over, and so everybody is home safe, and I'm happy that I had a really good Father's Day. My daughter cooked breakfast for me. She cooked dinner for me. Made me a cake yesterday. I'm sitting in the lap of luxury right now. So that was my Father's Day. How was you guys' Father's Day?
Great. Got to hang out with my father and my brother-in-law, and all the ladies catered to us, so it was wonderful.
It was great. I had a good Father's Day too. I sat back and just got catered to. I didn't cook or do anything.
That's it.
Good. Got a couple of good gifts. A little money. So that was good.
Oh, gift wise, I did. Now I will say this, and I don't have.
Hey, Uncle Percy, how are you? I'm good. I told your son. Look, I told your son that you was gonna call me back. He said no, you wasn't.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, he said you wasn't gonna call me back.
I'm about to mute you right now. This is. It don't matter. I just muted you on the show. Your signal's not going there.
There we go. All right then.
At any rate, so
your gifts.
Good. Everybody had it. I did talk to my dad on Father's Day. I didn't. Of course, I wasn't there. So, but he sort of rushed me off the phone. He was watching golf or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he did sort of rush me off the phone. But at any rate, that was that. So, big ups to my uncle. Well, he's actually my cousin. I call him my uncle, which is her father. Passed away a few years ago. So, big ups to that. For him, we'll shout him out. I don't know what's wrong with my. Set it up later. I don't know what's going on with that signal. But at any rate, it looks like we're still up.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first. I sent you guys a list. It was basically it's called a cheat sheet or whatever it was. But I have been bombarded with lists for fantasy. But one of the things that I really want to talk about before we get into the list is how you set up your big board. When you're getting ready for your draft, what do you look for when, you know what I'm saying? What do you start doing first? I guess is what I'm saying.
First,
Always ready for your draft when you're getting ready for the
first I just grab they have a queue, so I just put like all the top players that have been in my mind, my fourth, putting them in that queue. Of course, everybody's going to snatch them, as soon as the draft starts. But
right.
I throw them in the queue just to see who's up there.
Just in case.
Just in case somebody wants to go crazy and pick Aaron Rodgers first pick or something crazy like that. Yeah, and then I just see how the draft falls as far as who I put in my queue.
That's about the way I do it too.
So I try to do that like maybe half hour before, and then I start looking at like rookies. So I'm trying to remember all the rookies that got drafted. I was like, okay, who may make a footprint? Because like I usually go by like last year, how most players did last year, and that's how I put them in my queue. But rookies, they're not going to have stats for last year, so you just got to how they college or what they're projected to get or what you think they'll get. So then I'll start, throwing a couple rookies in my queue. And
I've never picked rookies.
Really?
Really?
I always look for at least one.
I never picked rookies.
I always look for at least one.
Yeah, I do too. Got to have some rookies. Like Malik Neighbors last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Malik Neighbors is he's the guy. At least in and I know
it's just like going into the season blindfolded. You know what I mean?
See, the thing is that
you don't know what he's gonna do.
I feel a little differently about that.
Well, you don't. You never played it down in the NFL yet. Practice is a different story.
So like I'm always thinking, I do that as far as like right before I do the same thing. I do put everybody in, like I'm prioritizing this guy, and this guy. But I focus more on when I'm really starting to, we're getting ready to ramp up. I always look at wide receivers and running backs. And I think most time, depending on where I'm drafting, I'm thinking, okay, I want to see, can I get these two running backs? So I want to try to get this wide receiver. If like last year in the one draft, I had the 10th pick, like it was basically the last pick. You get the back-to-backs, and it's like at that point, it's great. The first round, basically first and second round are great, and then after that, for me, it was almost like panic mode, because it's like after that second pick, it's what 20 picks before you like pick again.
Right.
It's forever, and you just watch guys fall off the board. It's just like gone. And I mean, at that point, I'm not even thinking. Like I think that my third and fourth pick in there, I'm thinking, okay. Like I was thinking, I think Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews last year. I think that was my thing. It was like, okay, I got to go ahead and go get them, because if I don't get them right now, then I'm not going to get them. It's like,
so was you purposely thinking like a handcuff at that point, like the third and fourth pick, or?
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was just
the third and fourth pick, or?
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was just a stack, basically, because instead of
like receiver, quarterback, combat, and combo.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to get it later. That was the reason. And now I see that I'm dropping some frames here. Okay, it's back. But yeah, so I that's, you know, and like this year, and I've been thinking about it because of the all of these lists and the position that I've been most thinking about, and it's crazy to feel like this, but it's tight end. And I know, like I said, like last year I went after tight ends. It was like, all right, if I can get all of these great tight ends, then this is going to be good. But this year I don't think I'm feeling that way. I think I just want one good one, and maybe take a flyer late on, you know, some really strong possible.
I don't know how I'm gonna start this year yet. Still, I haven't even given it a lot of thought yet. But I will after all this mini camp and all this other good stuff. Then I'll start taking account for where I want to start it. I don't know if it's gonna be a quarterback or not.
You say what?
I don't know if it's gonna be a quarterback or not. First off,
dude, you cannot. So you know what? One of the things, speaking of quarterbacks, because I gave this list. Let me look. I'm looking at my notes. I got like 3 pages of stuff here.
So why are you looking at your notes, girlfriend? Are you going to be participating in the draft? Or are you going to let the computer do it again for you?
Thank you, Druffle. I'm glad you asked. That was a very nice question. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question is, I would like to pick my players this year. This will be my second year. So you guys are telling me how to pick and what to look out for and what picks. No. So, you know.
We're not going to tell you what to pick.
Well, don't do this on the first pick. Go down to the 4-6 pick. I know what I'm talking about. Big O. Thank you very much.
We're not going to tell you who to pick.
Into Dreffel, yes, I probably will be picking. If I don't, for some odd reason, I'll just let the computer do it again.
Well, we can sit like this and pick.
Thank you, Dreffel, for that question.
How about that? How about we come on and draft it together? Then you got help. How about that?
I'll think about that, Big O.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to be good. My uncle told me to be good. Oh, my uncle said hello to everyone.
Yeah,
and that he's watching the show.
Okay. Well, at least you were here to see that he was watching. I'll say it that way.
That's why you're gonna be good.
Yes, I'm gonna be good. Yep.
So this is what I was looking at. I was looking at quarterbacks, mm-hmm. and the list of quarterbacks. You all have the list if you want to pull it up as far as. But in a 12-team league, and this is the way I'm seeing it, but whatever. But in a 12-team league, they have Dak Prescott. Where is he? There he is. As number 13, which means Dak Prescott, according to ESPN, is not a starter in a 12-team league. And this is, to me, that's a little shocking. I know people don't like that. It's shocking because I feel like Dak is definitely a guy, at least at the beginning of the season, who should be a starter in fantasy football. So, you think so?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. So, hold up, and I can't. I want to go through here. So the top 5 are easy. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Where did you get the list from?
It was in the email with the links that he sent.
It was in the email.
Oh, cheat sheet.
Yeah, it's right there. I sent you.
Hold on. Okay. Let me. I'm getting it. Don't y'all don't attack me now. Unc said, "Do not do that."
I'm attacking. Hold up. All right. So, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, and then Justin Herbert. All before Dak Prescott.
Yes.
I would take, first of all, I don't think that I would take Justin Herbert before I take Dak. I'm not saying that he's not going to be better, but I wouldn't take him. Not right now.
I did Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Yeah. Any of these. So, like I said, the top 5 or top 4 are easy, I think, because they're all running quarterbacks. It's like I said, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts.
I would even take number 21.
All of those guys are going to be going to get rushing.
Yeah, I would take number 21 too.
Points as well. Take number who?
21. There's no dude.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I would take Stroud.
You take him before when? You take him in the top 10?
I'm just talking. I'm like, I would pick him
before Dak.
Over who though? So here's the you take him over Dak. Okay.
I'll take him over Dak too. Shit.
But they got him way down at 21. They don't have him. He's not on the list. Dak is definitely listed before him.
Well,
I don't know why, because he sat out the whole season. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, but that was last.
They probably not just going out one season.
They're definitely not going out for one season. It's again. Dak Prescott is a 4,000-yard passer.
Right.
4,000 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel crazy defending Dak. I really do.
He must need.
Yeah, I mean, you should be.
Well, he needs help then, if that's the case. Them 4,000 yards don't mean jack. Because he ain't got nothing. What he got to show for it?
Well, he's got.
We're worried about him. We're worried about fantasy.
Well,
I'm thinking about the point.
You're right.
Because what is that?
To the NFL. Right.
Yeah. Because what is that? That's easily just the 4,000 is what, 400 points?
Right.
I still want to pick him up.
So that's 400.
Because he gets 4,000.
He gets hurt. I mean, he gets hurt, but I'm just saying.
Per year?
Huh?
Is it 4,000 per year?
How many times has he got it
for? He's usually good for about, like a healthy year, he's usually good for about 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
At least.
Exactly. Because, I mean, I think last year, was it last? Well, the year before last. Couldn't have been last. Year before last, I think he had like 4,500 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So, I mean, outside of him getting hurt. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at it. Even Caleb Williams. I mean, if you're looking at, if you're saying, oh, Dak is hurt all the time, then you're looking at past performances. Did Caleb Williams perform top 10, top 12?
But look, you gotta look at that part, because if he's staying hurt, he's not in the game. Can't help you. You say he plays 4 games out of the first four games, then he's out 3-4 games.
Or he's out the season. Did he do good?
Or he's out the season. Yeah, I mean, you don't.
So did he do? So
he's trying to get hurt any season. I mean,
not this past season. But what did he do before this season? I mean, before the past season, what did he do?
4,500.
Like 4,500. Yeah.
45. He got. What did he? Was he?
What did he do before that?
You gonna try to
almost
another
close.
bad?
I know 2 seasons. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Well, no, they hardly ever make the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not crazy. I'm not saying that they're gonna make the playoffs. I'm just saying that Dak.
Ain't that's the goal? But ain't that's the goal though?
That's the goal.
That's the goal of the Cowboys. That ain't the goal of my team at heavy
You're
hitter.
not a Cowboy fan, so.
For my team,
just
I
looking
just
at
need
his
him
stats
to get points.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
I
need
feel
him
what you're saying. Yeah, I got that part now.
Every year that he's healthy, he's thrown for about 4,000, at least 4,000 yards. He threw for 4,500 2023, 4,400 2021, 4,900, almost 5,000 yards in 2019. So
He seemed like he just do enough.
no, well,
He's doing enough for fantasy.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. For fantasy purposes, he's great.
Fantasy purposes. That's the whole deal. All right. I mean, the Cowboys. The Cowboys.
Oh, so this is fantasy. This not the real. This not the real football. Like, these numbers are from. So Jericho, these numbers from fantasy numbers.
No, those are fantasy. NFL stats. It's just they translate to fantasy numbers. Now, to your point, he is injured every other year.
Thank you.
2024 he was injured. 2022 he was injured. 2020 he was injured.
But
then they came back and $61 million.
But what he just said was every other year. So he was injured last year. He'll be back this year. He throw for 5,000 yards. He's got CeeDee Lamb. He's got George Pickens. I mean, they got. The other thing. Here's the other thing. Apparently, James Cook is not happy in Buffalo. So I saw this article.
He's not.
Yeah, he's a running back up in. Yeah, they don't want to pay him. So they were like, "Oh, what about James Cook going to Dallas?" Now, I don't see that. Doesn't make sense to me. But
it makes sense. I don't think they can afford him.
It's funny you should say that. So I don't know what he wants, but I did.
How much he asking for?
I don't know what he's asking for.
Not sure, actually.
But what I did find was I found the salary caps for all the NFL teams. Let's see, can I get
where's
it?
Dallas?
So the Dallas Cowboys. Where are you, Dallas? They have right now. They have 32 million.
32 million
in cap space for this year.
Okay, they still have to pay Micah though.
Yeah,
they have not paid Micah yet.
No.
Micah who? Who's Micah?
Parsons.
Huh?
Micah Parsons.
I did not know that.
No, wait. Who team he play on?
He's with Dallas.
Well, at any rate, my thoughts on Cook going to Dallas were right now their running back situation is Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders. Those are their vets, and then they got Jadon Blue, who they drafted as a rookie, and then they Phil Maffa, and I don't know a lot about Phil Maffa, but I've heard good things about Jadon Blue, and it's like you're gonna get another vet to come in there. I mean, I don't know. I would imagine if they were to get Cook, they would have to trade. Either maybe they'd send a guy back though.
Yeah,
one of these guys, and there'll probably be Sanders because they just got Williams. Although I also read a thing about maybe Dallas is not necessarily happy with Williams, but they got the rookie too. I mean, like I said, but I didn't see that. That just didn't. I don't know. It's weird, but I did. Like I said, I found the cap thing. I think I can actually. Let me see. Can I do this? Let's see, because I think I got us all set up so we can. Yep, there we go. So that everybody at home can see the cap space.
Did Big O got his TV on?
You can hear my TV?
Yeah, we can still hear it.
Good team laying in.
You picking up everything. But if you see on the screen there, we got the Patriots actually have the most cap space.
Still,
it's 60 million, basically 60.7. 49ers at 46.5.
You should as many people as they got rid of.
Yeah. But down at the bottom, the Bills are in the hole. Like we were talking about not being able to pay James Cook. They're in the hole by $100,000.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but right.
They're in the hole, yeah.
But they're in the hole. So they gotta do some restructuring. And then right above them is the Giants. Giants have 3.8. And then the Falcons have like 5. And everybody else has double digits. But it was an interesting thing to me. I was like, oh. Because and the reason I looked it up was because I came across that article about James Cook. And I was like, well, not only that, the other thing is that, looking at the thumbnail that I put out there, people who are still available wide receivers, Kennan Allen is still available, Amari Cooper, and Gabe Davis. And, I know Gabe came from Buffalo, went down to Jacksonville, and now is available again. I don't think things went great in Jacksonville. Obviously, he didn't because he was only there for like a year.
Yeah. Plus, I think he got injured at some point too.
Did he get injured? So I'm pretty sure that he's on the market. So I think Gabe will be in season. I don't think he'll be picked up before. But I'm a little shocked that Amari Cooper's still out there, and I'm actually shocked too about Kennan Allen, unless it's and I don't know exactly, but it may be a money thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's always a money thing.
Well, sometimes guys just want a title too. It's like, I want to be able to compete or whatever.
Yeah. It's also an age thing though. He's 30.
Mm-hmm.
33.
33?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Let me go. I'm gonna go back this way.
I think he's up there.
How is Amari Cooper? Is he in the 30s?
I'm sure he is.
30, yes, 31.
31. So, yeah, I was just about sure he was. So they're both over 30.
Right.
But and of course, again, I get articles pertaining to the Titans and whatnot, and I think somebody said something about one of them coming to the Titans. I don't think the Tennessee Titans we don't need any more vets. I think that's part of what we've been collecting, and it's not necessarily a good thing for us. Because if he has a halfway decent season, just halfway decent, then he wants to get paid, and then we got an overpaid vet that had a good half a season or so. Right. And then we get into the situation like the Bills are, where they're $100,000 over the cap. You definitely don't want that.
See, how old is Ridley?
But I think he's in his 30s too, or very close.
Calvin Ridley.
I get him.
Yep, he's 30.
30. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. And they got what about Tyler Lockett? Is it
33, 34, I'm guessing. Tyler Lockett. He's 32.
32.
Yeah, got an old receiver room.
Yeah, so and I'm looking at the depth chart now. So it's basically Calvin, Tyler, and Traylon Burks are 1, 2, 3 right now. I do believe that they're going to let Traylon Burks go some kind of way. But then they got how many rookies they got? 1, 2. I don't know. I think because I don't know. I mean, here's the other. They got Van Jefferson on this, in here. These guys. I mean, he is. He is. Here, I got him put up already. He is
28. He's not as old. I thought he was older.
Yeah, 28. Yeah, I thought he was
28.
Yeah. I guess that would be considered prime still, right? I guess.
Yeah, technically.
So, but I don't know. I was, like I said, I was thinking about this due to all of the these guys who were basically still available. So, young Cuz looks over your glasses. So the thing is that so this is the thing. This is what I want you to start doing. It's like that list that I sent you, so you can start looking at and seeing who the best, according to ESPN, who the best tight end is.
Sometimes ESPN be lying.
They be lying too, but I mean, guess what? Everybody's got
lying on fantasy. The show was doing some lying on fantasy. I think they was gambling too.
You said they were gambling.
Out there listening, yeah, I said it. ESPN.
Everything is a gamble.
Yeah, everything is a gamble.
Right.
Everything is a gamble. But the thing is that you can start sort of making your board up. But the key is, and this is sort of what Dreadful was saying this earlier. You can go through your list and say, okay, here are the top 2 at every position. You're going to get one of those guys, maybe. You're going to get one. And then at that point, you got to start digging into, well, who is a guy who's going to be available for me 20 picks later? You know what I'm saying? So then that's why you start looking. You got to look down the list, look at the guys, and then start trying to read up on some teams and see how different guys are going to be used and whatnot. Because like one thing right now, Dreadful, what are y'all going to do in Indy? What is with your quarterback situation?
They got a quarterback
right now.
You got a quarterback, Dreadful?
No, we got 2 quarterbacks. Well, we got him down, but we have no choice right now.
Oh, you talking about my quarterback? You ain't got it.
It's Daniel Jones. No, we had more than you did. Stop it. Even with the injured quarterback, we had more than you did.
Yeah, y'all just got what? He just creeped on in.
Yeah,
we got 2, right? No, 3.
1.5.
Hey, that's how you gonna give us Dreadful? 1.5? I think we do got 2. We got
guess what? Nothing. In that 1.5, I still think he's talking about all 3 of them. But
don't we got Mason?
You got Mason, and you got what's that? Will Howard.
Yeah.
You said Will Howard. Let's see. Oh yeah. We do got him.
And you got Aaron Rodgers, of course.
About a quarter. But I don't
crazy.
But yeah, right now we're stuck with Danny Dimes. Since Richardson can't stay healthy.
But this is his third year, right? This will be his third year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he got hurt. Man, that's right. He's been hurt the whole time.
Pretty much every year. And starting off this year hurt.
So what y'all gonna do? They ain't starting him.
He's got
Danny
Daniels.
Dimes.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes.
Okay, so here's another list. And because this is where you pull out your pen and paper and start writing stuff down. Because this was 10 players who will rise up the draft board.
Got it right here. As Jeffel Sips, I'm gonna write.
And this was, I mean, pluses and minuses for me on some of these names. But number one on the list was Christian McCaffrey. Now, of course, they're saying he's going to rise because they're saying, oh, he's healthy. Because, of course, and Dreadful knows all too well, people are like, I mean, he was hurt. He was hurt last year. He was taken first overall nearly everywhere.
Yep.
And so now people are, and I mean, I'm one of them. It's like, dude, second round.
Mm-hmm.
But he's great in the second round, but I couldn't take him first. But they're saying he's healthy, he's ready to go. So Christian McCaffrey is one of these cats on the rise. I feel like my thing with Christian McCaffrey is that I think this year it's going to be heavy wide receiver early. I think some guys will take a couple of running backs here and there, but I think it's going to be a lot of wide receivers in the first round as opposed to in years past where it's like a lot of running backs. But and I'm moving on to the next other thing here. Rashee Rice is another guy they say is on the rise. Now the reason, of course, is because they're saying this whole his legal issue is being pushed back to 2026. So if with the legal issue not part of the picture, that I don't think the NFL can suspend him. So there'll be no suspension.
They can. So, I think they have done that before.
Have they really?
I think that's happened before, even though the legal system stopped, it hasn't proceeded. Yeah. The NFL has what process I believe they have done it before.
Yeah, if they see enough to where it's like quote unquote detrimental to the league, like his behavior, even if his legal troubles are still ongoing, if they just perceive the behavior that put him in those legal positions bad enough, they'll still suspend him.
They'll go ahead and suspend him.
Yeah.
Well, they're thinking that it's going to get pushed back. That was one of the things. So this is Rashee Rice. I could see that. I could see it if, I mean, on the rise doesn't necessarily mean, first round. I mean, it just means that because Rashee Rice, to me, was almost undraftable. It was like, because you didn't know how long he was going to be out.
Right.
So that's easy rise to me. Jameson Williams, Detroit Lions.
Receiver. Yeah.
Wide receiver. Or is it Jameson? I'm sorry. Jameson Williams. He's on this list. I don't know. I'm getting conflicting. I feel like Detroit is supposed to be good. It's Detroit. I was thinking they were going to be good, but the thing about everything that I keep reading is based on what I'm seeing is that people are downgrading the Detroit Lions this year. It's like they're saying Goff isn't going to be as good. I've actually on like again just some random article. St. Brown they're sort of downplaying, which I don't. I guess if you downplay Goff, you sort of downplay St. Brown because that's his quarterback.
This is driver, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason is they lost both of their coordinators.
Okay.
So they don't know how the Lions are going to be.
All right. Offense and defense. That's right, because that may be why everybody is high on Caleb Williams. Because
J-Mo. They call him J-Mo.
J-Mo, Jameson Williams. J-Mo.
What's up, Killer? What's going on? Appreciate the emotes. So yeah, like I said, that's the thing with Detroit. Detroit is, all over the place, and like you said, I guess everybody's taking a chance, with Detroit. Next on the list was DeAndre Swift, and I could see this one, but I could see it for the same reason you say to downplay Detroit, because they got a new coach, new system.
Their coach is the offensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions, so
exactly.
That's why I can see that. Yeah.
So I could see DeAndre Swift having a nice year. I just said, my note, I said, new coach, new Swift. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is. I'm just thinking they got a rookie tight end who's Loveland, who's supposed to be good. Mm-hmm. Caleb can do what he was meant to do last year, I guess. This is what supposedly he's supposed to be. No excuses for him this year, because he got the coach he wanted. He's got a new tight end. He's got they redid the offensive line, so he should be protected. So no excuses this year for Caleb Williams. And conversely, if he doesn't have any excuses, that would possibly mean that he'd have a good running game. Enter DeAndre Swift. Yep. Deebo Samuel is next on this list. Of course, Deebo they say he's on the rise, and the reason, because here's who else is not happy. Scary Terry's not happy because he too wants a new contract, and if he pushes it to where he says, "All right, I'm going to hold out," then you're going to need to grab Samuel. You're going to need to grab him, because he's going to be the focal point at the beginning of the season if Terry doesn't go there. And even if, let's say, McLaurin gets traded, or whatever, he won't be there. So Deebo Samuel on the rise. And I can see that. With the situation the way it is, it makes sense. That makes sense. Here's one that was odd for me. Travis Etienne.
On the rise?
On the rise. Right. That didn't sit well with me. Did they not draft another running back?
I thought they did.
All right.
The only reason he'd be on the rise is if he's being traded.
Right. Now they said that was part of it. They said now if he's on the trade market, then that makes him, a good get.
It depends on where he goes.
I was just about to say it depends on where he lands.
But that's the thing too. I feel like I don't know where he could land. I guess he could go to Buffalo. Who if Cook is out, Travis Etienne goes up to Buffalo.
Very possible.
They have Travis as their starter, but then they have Tank Bigsby and what is this? Bracel Tulin? I think that's the rookie that they drafted. Yeah, he was a 4th round pick.
Okay.
Bracel. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm killing your name, dude. I'm sorry.
Joe Butcher.
But he is he's their rookie. And the thing is that he seems to be built a little like Tank Bigsby. So I don't know. I think they're planning for the future there in Jacksonville. So Travis Etienne only if he gets traded, I think. Now, again, here's the other deal with these are conflicting articles that I'm reading here and there because the next on this list is Javonte Williams. So the thing is that with all of these, you see that one?
Yeah, if he ends up being the starting running back in Dallas, then yeah, and I expect them actually to probably try to run the ball more. So yeah, I can see him on the rise. It's not like he was that high to begin with, so anything up is good.
Anything up?
Yeah.
So was Miles Sanders on? He wasn't with Dallas last year, was he?
I don't think so. I think he was in
Carolina, right?
Carolina. Yeah.
Okay. So and then I don't know. I'm still thinking that Blue is going to pop in Dallas.
It's possible.
But it should be interesting. But like I said, I get conflicting. There are some conflicting articles, which is cool. Get the argument. J.K. Dobbins is next on the list. J.K. Dobbins went to Denver.
Denver, yeah.
And I didn't really. I want to look at who else is in Denver. Denver, AFC.
They had a Williams too, didn't they?
I thought that AFC. I thought that Javonte Williams was in Denver. That's where he came from. I thought that's what it was.
No, he was with the Saints, I think. There's a different Williams. It's a K Williams. His first name starts with a K.
Okay, let's see.
Keelan or something like that.
No, they got their running back situation is R.J. Harvey. I imagine it's a rookie. J.K. Dobbins, Ardic Estime.
That's okay, yeah.
And Jalen McLaurin, I guess is what this is.
So who am I thinking of? No, wait, he was with the Rams. The person I'm thinking of is with the Rams.
Okay. What is this? R.J. Harvey. Is he a rookie? He is. Second round pick.
Okay.
5'8", 205, 24 years old at a UCF.
UCF.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of Kyron Williams. He's with the Rams. Never mind.
Yes. Yeah. And here you go. Here. Can't even get it out.
He's on the rise too?
Yeah, yes. It was someone else on the rise. Daniel Jones. Jones is on the rise.
He is now, yeah. That I can definitely see.
Gotta be, because he's going to be the starting quarterback, and nobody was thinking that he was going to be, so he's definitely on the rise.
Yep.
And number 10, which I also really like, is Isaiah Likely.
Isaiah Likely,
tight end, Baltimore.
Yep. I think they're going to phase Andrews out.
Yep.
If not, get rid of them altogether.
Yep, I do believe the same thing. I think that Andrews is going to start taking the back seat. Because Likely had a good season last year.
Yep.
Andrews does get hurt. And so I'm thinking that is going to be a thing. I think of all of them. I mean, I can definitely see that. Don't get me wrong, there are other ones I can see too. But like if I'm looking on the list, Mark Andrews right now is number 8 as far as tight ends. He's number 8 as far as tight ends go. And so So I'm thinking that, and I'm just looking down the list. I don't get to Isaiah Likely. I don't even think he makes.
They talk bad about. I'm reading this article where they say they talk bad about the playoffs.
Who that?
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, he dropped that ball.
Yeah,
He dropped the ball.
He dropped
That
two
would
balls.
have been. Did he drop two?
Yeah,
that
he
would've-
dropped one that would have been a
would've
first
been the
down.
game.
He dropped the one that would have tied the game.
mm-hmm.
Isaiah Likely is at 30.
Oh, it's just crisp. What's going on, boy? It's just crisp. Say what's up, everybody. He's over on Twitch.
Chris.
Christopher.
So,
I did have a question for you regarding this list.
Yeah.
Since you didn't quite like Dak at 30, one quarterback would you take out of the top 12 to make him a starter in a 12-man league?
No. Yeah. So what was it? Herbert. I'd take Herbert out. I would take Herbert out, and I would actually also consider.
I would take Brock out before I take Herbert out.
Brock Purdy.
Wow.
I would consider taking Kyler Murray out.
I'd probably take him out too.
So
Either Brock or Kyler.
Yeah. The thing about Herbert is that I know he is. I mean, from my standpoint, I know he's supposed to be good.
He's supposed to be. He just hasn't really shown it.
Right. And that's the thing. Now, he's had, and I'm going to the Chargers depth chart right here. He has, who does he have here? They got Najee Harris now at running back, and they drafted Amari Hampton?
Hampton, yeah. They
Um,
got a good running back with him.
Number one wide receiver is Ladd McConkey. And then they got Mike Williams and Trey Harris.
Right.
Those are their starting three.
And who they have a tight end?
Will Disley.
Yes, Disley. Okay.
Yeah, they got Disley, and they also have Tyler Conklin. I guess Tyler was in with the Jets.
Jets, yeah.
And Disley was Disley with them last year? Because Disley came from Seattle.
So, oh yeah. Wait, did he come last year or was it the year?
I don't know if it was last year or this year. Let me click on him. Let me look at his. His overview. Let's look at his bio. That works.
But Herbert, except for the last 2 years, I mean, he was throwing 4,000 a year. He actually did 5,000 in 2021.
Okay.
But the last couple of years, last year especially, it kind of dropped because of Harbaugh. But I'm pretty sure because he likes to run the ball.
He likes to run the ball.
Yeah.
Disley was with them in 2024. So, they say he spent 6 seasons in Seattle between 2018 to 2024, and then went over to. So, I think he was there last year. I don't know exactly how they count the years, but yeah, I just I'm looking. But yeah, that's me. I never really watched Herbert play. I haven't. I've not seen him. So for that, he wouldn't be on my list. As opposed to, I mean, I've watched Dak play, and so that would definitely be, for me. It would be easy. Kyler Murray. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Kyler Murray could mess around and have a great season. I mean, they do have, Kim and Harrison could have found it. You know what I'm saying? This offseason. And it'll just totally turn everything around for them. I think they drafted another wide receiver too.
Pretty sure they did. They needed somebody to pair with Harris.
Yeah, Arizona. And Jim Myers and Mike Wilson. Oh, they have Zay Jones.
Oh, they picked up Zay?
They have Zay Jones. Yeah, but they have Michael Wilson. I don't know that I know Michael Wilson. He was drafted in 2023. He had 4 touchdowns last year, 548 yards. This is Mike Wilson, number 2 wide receiver out in Arizona.
Dortch.
And Dortch, I think Dortch was the other guy. Actually, you know what? Just look at Dortch. Wow. This is the regular season. Dortch had 342 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
And then, of course, Trey McBride, though. Trey McBride is the tight end, the guy that you want outside of Harrison. Oh, and there's Jacoby Brissett in the depth chart. So there was that. Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't get that. Okay, one last list, and then we'll slide out of here. And this will be quick because we sort of already been through this. And this was Matt Johnson of Sports, which is this, I want to say Sports Nut, but I don't know if that's exactly how to say this. But he had the top 10 wide receivers. He's a top 10 wide receivers. All of this, I'm pretty sure dealing with fantasy, but this was his top 10 list. And I wanted to sort of compare this to ESPN's list, but I'm going to go, here we go. I'm going to read through them, then we'll read ESPN's list, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So, number 1, Justin Jefferson. Of course, no argument. Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, Amon St. Brown, Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin, Nico Collins, and then Malik Neighbors at 10. And that was his list. ESPN's list has Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, Malik Neighbors, St. Brown, Nicole Collins, Brian Thomas Jr., A.J. Brown, and then Drake London. So they don't have Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin in their top 10 at all. And then they have put in Drake London and Brian Thomas essentially. I think most of them, the mix is there. So let me ask this question. I'm gonna take 2 off the board. Take 2 of these guys off the board. I'm taking Justin Jefferson off the board, and I'm taking Chase off the board.
Okay.
Of the 8 left, who would you like to have?
I can remember the whole 8 shit.
Yeah, who left? I mean,
I'll take St. Brown.
St. Brown. See, I take Puka Nakua. But Malik Neighbors is there. CD Lamb is available.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Devontae Adams.
I may take CD.
I'll get Neighbors.
Neighbors.
That's either
Neighbors
CD
is
or
gonna-
St. Brown.
Neighbors is going to be interesting this year because he's got Russell Wilson throwing him the ball.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be interesting. Because we had Jones last year, right? I mean,
No, he had. Who did he have last year? I thought Jones left last year.
he left, but he didn't leave at the beginning of the year, did he?
I thought he did. Giants. Who do the Giants have?
The Giants.
Yeah, whoever it was, they don't have him anymore because
No.
remember, you know what? I can't remember who it was they had last year.
Tommy DeVito.
Was it he was there for a bit. Is he still? He's still there, actually, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like number 3 now.
But at any rate, he still had a good year. I guess that's my point with Malik Neighbors is that you give him a quarterback that can do a little something, then he's poised to have a better season. I think, even better.
Daniel Jones was there.
Say that
He
again.
started 2-8. So Daniel Jones was there beginning of the season.
Oh, he was okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like half the season.
Okay. But yeah. But I don't know. It's just wild. And don't get me wrong. I feel like 1-2, even in a lot of drafts, and I'm saying a lot of drafts, it's going to be Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. But Jefferson, I think it's a bigger risk, right? Because you got JJ that we don't know really anything about.
Yeah.
So he's a bigger risk. Because Joe Burrow is throwing Jamar Chase the ball. That's
all day.
That's happening. So, all right, I've rambled and rambled and rambled.
And now,
yep, we're right at about an hour, so we're good. Thanks again, Crisp, over on Twitch, and I can't say this guy's name. Innocent Killer. Innocent Killer over on Kick. Innocent Killer. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. I don't know how people come up with these names. It's wild to me.
We'll have to make a T-shirt for that.
No, I ain't wearing that.
Huh?
I'm not wearing that.
Innocent Killer? Yeah. I can see the logo right now.
Well, you go ahead.
But hold up, I want to get over to this.
I already got Triple Threat as my my internet. Like you look me up. Triple Threat I wanted to be like the Triple T, but my son was like Triple Threat. So,
but that's cool. Triple Threat is fun. It doesn't mean it's you.
I get
The three of you all are Triple Threat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
So I need to ask you a question. Are we getting fantasy football T-shirts so we could talk about this fantasy this season? And can I get something for being in second place? So this is my first time playing fantasy. I'm going to always say that until I get something in the mail. Yeah.
I think you'll have to win.
And my camo sticker, pretty old lady.
You say you want something in the mail? Okay, I'll figure something to send you.
What you gonna do?
No. Don't ask.
You said you want something in the mail.
That's right. Don't ask questions now.
Don't just be putting anything
Don't
in there.
ask questions. You came in second place. You were not first.
She wants her participation.
Technically, I was first for a very long time. I do need that credit.
There you go.
Credit.
Credit. She wants credit.
Ignition, acknowledgement, recognition.
Hey, guess what? I recognize that you or D were the first loser. I get it. I mean, it was, it's all good. I recognize that.
It was the first time ever playing in my entire life. Cut me some slack.
Well, I will tell you.
No, y'all know you ain't talking big old because never mind.
We did.
So at any rate, well, look, we'll wrap. And so, anybody else got any parting words?
No, sir.
No.
Thursday is a holiday. I'm off on Thursday. It's Juneteenth. If you're watching, Hey Girlfriend is doing $19 sale for 19 hours for fedora hats, dresses, jumpsuits. Check the website out. Hey Girlfriend Boutique.
Boom.
Wow.
All right. Well, we can end with that one. I'm fine with that.
And there you have it.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We'll be back talking more football. And
bye.
Hopefully, everybody will be on time.
And
I told your uncle, I told your daddy it was 1 minute. I was supposed to be 10 minutes early.
That's right. We're out. I don't even want to talk about it. We're out. Peace. See y'all next week.
Bye.